Okay, topic number one. Let's just jump right into it. Why not? Spygate. Yay. Michigan football is found essentially guilty of cheating, except they haven't been found guilty yet. They're just accused of it. But I don't know, man. More details are emerging about this thing. It's ridiculous. This guy, Connor Stalions. I mean, first of all, ridiculous spy name. Like, if you were going to come up with a joke spy name, like Connor Stalions would 100% be one of the top 20 names I would make up. This guy was just like a Michigan super fan who somehow had some sort of military background and had like a LinkedIn bio that was like applying military-based tactics to football strategy. Well, it turns out that applying military-based tactics to football strategy just means buying tickets in your own name to 30 different venues around the country and then Venmoing random people to go to the games for you. There's such an obvious paper trail. I mean, this man is just such an idiot. And it's very hard to believe the Michigan staff didn't know about this. They clearly did. I mean, there's all these videos coming out of this guy right next to the offensive coordinator and right next to the defensive coordinator at the appropriate times during games. Like, there's no way this just wasn't a coordinated thing that everyone on the Michigan staff knew about. The question is, does that warrant penalty or not? Like, there is a big gray area with what the rule actually is here, what the loophole is. Again, clearly there was coordination. There was effort put into this by Michigan football to steal the signs. You can listen to what football people are saying also. Like, they've asked other coaches around the Big Ten about this, Matt Rule, PJ Fleck being two of them. Those guys have essentially hit the podium and been like, everybody steals signs. Like, it is what it is. I'm not going to comment on it. And then there's the opposite side that's like, burn it all down. They deserve the death penalty here. So where do you stand on this very, very hilarious development for Michigan football? That's where I think it's funny more than anything. Where do you stand on this?
Yeah, that's where I want to start. Absolutely hilarious. My team just lost 49-0. We put a dictator on the screen. We didn't score a point in a football game. And the conversation is surrounded that Michigan is sending a $50K employee a year type guy, type staff member around the country to go watch teams and steal signs. Honestly, I don't want to see Michigan necessarily. I mean, it would be funny, I think, for Michigan to get punished for this, but it's not like I'm like, give them the death penalty, take everything away from them. I don't really care. The whole situation is kind of funny. I just love seeing the tweets about it. It's fun to laugh about. I saw someone tweet the other day that they should have sent someone to the TCU games last year. Might have helped them in the college football playoff. I just think the narrative around it is hilarious, especially because there's actually truly people out there that believe that Michigan wouldn't win football games without some guy whose name I think is Connor Stalions. I refuse to believe that's a real name, that think he's going around the country and helping Michigan secure wins when their football team is actually just good and they don't need to do this. So it's the whole situation is just funny. If this ends up being the reason that Harbaugh like stops coaching at Michigan too, just epically hilarious for time, for years to come after this. We'll talk about how a sign stealing Spygate situation happened with an ex-Marine named Connor Stalions. That sentence will forever just bring a smile to my face.
I mean, it is like objectively hilarious that Michigan State just lost 49-0 amidst like a photo on the Jumbotron scandal mistake. And somehow 48 hours after that, Michigan State fans are the ones celebrating. Like, you can't make up the levels of stupidity here. There's something intrinsically hilarious about the institution of the University of Michigan to me. And I know I'm dipping my toe into the lines here of like, I don't know, a rivalry hatred, I guess. Like, I'm a Michigan State alum and I'm a Michigan basketball fan, and nobody likes me for that. Like, both sides hate me. I wish it could turn into a thing where both sides love me. Both sides hate me. Michigan State fans are like, you're the worst alum ever. Michigan fans are like, you're not even a real fan. It is what it is. I've come to terms with it. I've dealt with that. But I'm about to say something that's like kind of going to blur the lines and people are probably going to get upset with me about. There's something intrinsically hilarious about the institution of the University of Michigan constantly preaching about how much smarter they are than everyone and how much they value academics, and like it continually shooting themselves in the foot by not allowing transfers in because they didn't take the right general education classes in 4 years, even if they had a good GPA at a good school. Oh, we're too prestigious. We're the leaders in the best. We can't possibly allow Terrence Shannon on our campus for 6 months. Like it is so hilariously stupid for that institution to also be the institution that's employing a man who believes he's a military tactician that is stupid enough to leave a Venmo trail and buy tickets in his own name. Like it's absolutely abundantly hilarious to me. And it's just like so on brand. Like my whole thing is there's a level of arrogance to everything Michigan does as an academia place. And this is just the most arrogant yet stupid way for someone to cheat. If you want to steal signs, there's 1,000 smart ways to steal signs. And then there's the we're smarter than everyone else way, which is to hire a military tactician to leave a paper trail. Like it's so dumb you can't even make it up. And I'm just enjoying the entertainment side of it more than anything. What do you think's going to happen here? Like, do you think that they're actually going to have to like vacate anything? Is Harbaugh going to be taken down by this?
Now, preface this with this is just me and my feelings. I haven't like read into what happens. And as many people know out there, the NCAA is never, ever consistent in punishments that they give. But for this, I really don't think vacating wins is going to happen. I think it's just going to end up being a slap on the wrist type situation. But I do think that the University of Michigan could leverage this to get rid of Harbaugh. Because if I'm not mistaken, like Ward and Harbaugh just don't get along at
So
all.
You think Michigan would want to get rid of Harbaugh and use this as a reason why?
I think Ward wants to get rid of Harbaugh. Yeah.
I don't think I would say that.
I thought I from at least things I thought those guys just hate each other.
They don't see eye
like
to
each
eye,
other.
that's for sure. But I don't think anyone from the Michigan side is like not wanting Harbaugh to be the long-term coach. I think they're
But
annoyed with his antics.
you don't think that? Yeah, I'm saying like, aren't his antics just like? Well, I guess they're winning, so who cares? But like, aren't his antics at a certain point? Don't they just get old or annoying, or they don't get old and annoying until it affects actual wins and losses?
I don't know. I mean, it's hard for me to answer because again, I'm a mutant. I've always said I despise personally, my personal opinion, I despise Jim Harbaugh. I hate everything about the man, antics wise. I think it's just not fun for me. Michigan fans obviously feel much differently, and I can objectively say like he's one of the best 3 coaches in college football. So I don't believe it to be true that anyone on the Michigan side is looking to get rid of Jim Harbaugh, even in light of this. Now it might play out where this ends up being painted as part of the reason why it doesn't happen. I've been on paper. I don't think Jim was going to return after this year anyway. I think the writing's on the wall. Like, how gullible can you be? They can't come to terms on an extension with Jim Harbaugh. Really? Like that's happening here? No, he actually just has one more season of his generational quarterback with one more season of his generational running back. And like, he's at the top of the mountain, right? So he like one more playoff run. If it doesn't work, is he going to rebuild or is he going to not extend the contract and finally go take the NFL job? Like, to me, that's been pretty clear. That's what's happening here all along. To me, that might be part of the reason why things have gotten a little reckless as far as Michigan football's approach to some of this stuff. I don't think they're super worried about following NCAA rules in general. Like, I don't think Jim Harbaugh has cared about following NCAA rules in a variety of ways for 24 months. And I believe that to be because he knows there's an end date on when he was going to be done coaching Michigan. So we'll see if I'm right. We'll see if I'm wrong. But
hold on. I mean, I got to say this. I mean this in the nicest way possible. If I had to pick one of my friends to be a sign stealer, I would pick you. I think you'd be great at it.
I could get creative on that, couldn't I?
That's what I'm saying. I feel like you would do great work as a sign stealer.
I would definitely at least wear like an obvious fake mustache if I was going to do this. Like at least play into the humor of it a little more. I just can I let me add one more element of this because I feel like I've been a little harsh, rightfully so, on the Michigan side of this. Now I want to say something harsh to the way Michigan State fans are interpreting this. I've seen multiple people be like, is it really that hard, Michigan fans? Like, look what I did. Pat myself on the back. I condemned Mel Tucker right away when the news broke. Is it really that hard to condemn Jim Harbaugh? There's a massive difference between accusations of masturbation versus accusations of hiring someone to steal signs. Like that is not comparable at all. Michigan State fans should not be like, I denounced sexual harassment. Why can't you do that? It's not sexual harassment. Okay. Like this is not comparable situations whatsoever. And I don't know, man. Can we talk about cheating for a second?
What about it?
Are we all really gonna sit up here and pretend that anybody cares about cheating in sports? Specifically in sports, just to be clear. Like cheating in other elements of life, horrible, of course. But
Yeah, but in sports, no, it does not. It does not truly matter.
there's levels to cheating, right? Like,
Yeah,
but if you're gonna look me in the eyes and ask me, like, would I trade the last decade of Michigan basketball results for Louisville's results and knowing where they would be now and knowing what happened? Hell yes, I would. Okay. Like you can't vacate memories, and anybody trying to act like that's not the case here, I feel like is being disingenuous. I feel like Michigan State fans would agree with this. Like, you're really looking me in the eyes right now and telling me you wouldn't swap positions with Michigan right now and deal with the cheating allegations?
oh, 100%
Like,
would.
of course you would. Like, because who cares? Win the football games. So it's equally stupid that this is even like a rule in the first place, as it is the way Michigan broke it. Like it's so incompetent on all levels. And I'm enjoying it.
Honestly, credit to Michigan for having their staffers go out and cheat and steal signs instead of having staffers go out and set up Zoom calls for your coach to be a sexual deviant.
Yeah. I mean, it could always be worse. All right. I hope that's the last. Actually, no, I don't. I hope that's not the last time we have to talk about this. I hope it keeps getting weirder and weirder, and we have to keep talking about it because this is hilarious to me.